Welcome to the Black Script Storytellers. My name is Kevin Marable, and today our guest is a young actor who's already made a big impact on both television and film. He got his start in Chicago's local theater scene before landing his breakout role as Stanley Papa Jackson on the critically acclaimed Showtime series The Chi. He's also voiced Michelangelo in the hit animated film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and stars in the follow-up series Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Whether he's delivering powerful performances on screen or lending his voice to a beloved character, his versatility and talent speak for themselves. We have with us today none other than Shamon Brown Jr. Shamon, thank you so much for joining.
That was an amazing introduction. What's up, man?
Yeah. I like to give people their flowers, man. I
That's
like
dope.
to, speak on things that you've done and you've accomplished,
Yeah,
because as you know, a lot of us don't really get the credit we deserve, and you've been working hard for quite some time, man.
yeah,
Especially on the Shy,
yeah,
you've been at this for 7 seasons, going on 8.
yeah,
You know, and it's an incredible run, and it's an amazing run, especially for a black TV series on Showtime, a drama series on television,
hmm
um, and yeah, it's just amazing to watch you guys grow up, and also to watch you guys grow as actors as well.
yeah, man. Thank you so much.
So
Appreciate it.
yeah, absolutely. So, Shimon, there's a question that I like to ask every guest at the very beginning of each interview.
Mhm.
Some might find it's a very simple question. Some
Yeah,
might find it a little difficult to answer. Are you ready?
let's do it.
That question is, who is Shamon Brown Jr.?
Who am I, man? Without giving the whole life story away, I am a kid from the South Side of Chicago, um, who just started off. I started off acting and everything, just watching Disney Channel. Didn't even know what acting
Hmm.
was at first. I just watched TV and wanted to see me on TV. Then by the grace of God and everything, and a support system around me, my mom and my family. I eventually got an agent, and the rest is history, honestly. But I mean, I'm human, I'm normal.
Hmm.
Like, like I'm still processing, waking up every day and me being who I am and the love that I continuously get. But I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? I'm a son. I'm a friend.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm just myself continuously, and I'm amazing that people are able to see that in the public eye too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And it's great that you are able to articulate all of that about yourself,
Yeah,
even though you're of the younger generation. Not
yeah,
everybody's able to fully know themselves like that.
yeah,
So that's dope that you were able to give that answer, and I appreciate that, and I'm sure the audience appreciates that too, because a lot of times we get wrapped up in what character you play on
yeah,
TV and not necessarily who you are as a person, knowing that you're actually a human, and
yeah,
you're going through life just as
exactly.
well as the so
Yeah,
that's really dope, man. So all right, so let's talk a little bit about how you kind of got into the business. I know
yeah,
you started off very young, and you said your parents were able to get you an
yeah.
agent, but just talk about the process of maybe one or two of the things that you remember when you were young of how you ended up getting into acting.
Um, I remember like because I started off at 5. I started acting when I was 5. I really
Mhm.
didn't know what acting was until I got an agent when I was like 8 years old. But I just
Okay.
remember just looking at TV all the time and just thinking like as a kid, like, oh, it'd be cool to be on TV. Like, what if that was me up on the screen? You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Right.
really see a lot of kids back then that really looked like me. Um,
Hmm.
and then I just remember over time, like I remember I was doing a stage play at a high school, and that my mom happened to work at, and I think either the principal or somebody was like, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know if I said some line or something, and she was like, "Does he have an agent?" and I did have an agent at the time. And then I ended up getting recommended to this agency called Stewart Talent, that's in
Mm.
Chicago, and I've been with them literally since I was like 8 years
Wow.
old. Um,
Wow.
and honestly, the rest is history. Like once I just started to grow, like I just always wanted to be myself, and I just whatever roles came, it's a lot of no's, a lot of yeses, and then eventually, the shot came, and the rest is history for.
Right, right. Now, okay, so once you landed your agent and you made your way onto the Shy as Papa,
Yeah,
as Stanley Papa, um, what was that feeling like knowing that you made it onto a TV series? I know you were a younger actor,
yeah,
so you might not have fully understood all of what was about to happen with your life,
yeah,
but kind of go through the process of what it was like, starting a series from the very beginning and then, growing up and allowing us to watch you as you grow up on television on
yeah.
on a hit series like The Shy.
Yeah. So when it comes to the shy, I'm gonna give you the short story of the long story, the short version of the long story. I originally auditioned for the shy when I was 10 years old. Um,
Mhm.
and that was back in 2015. I auditioned for it,
Right.
and that's when I really did my whole big audition process, like callbacks and everything. Um, I really remember not wanting to do it because the intro scene was the scene that everybody sees where people first see Papa is like, man, shut your fast up, you know what I'm saying? And all that, you know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
we really
Yeah.
see the trio, Jay, Kevin, and Papa, for the first time on screen together. And I was like, Ma, I don't want to go on camera. Like, they finna call me and they finna talk about me. Like, and then she was like, just do it. Like, it's just acting. And like, she convinced me
Right.
to do it.
Mhm.
And then and I did that audition. I remember one of my last auditions was in front of Common, Lena, Elwood
Mhm.
Reed, and Rick, the director. And it was a chemistry read, but it was a whole different cast. It was a whole different
Mhm.
cast back then. Like Aisha Hines, I believe, played Jada. Jason Weaver, who's on the show now, played Ronnie. We had
Right.
Taquan Richardson, the older brother from Everybody Hates Chris. I think he was Emmett. Um, it was a whole different cast, and I remember we shot the pilot, and it was like low expectations. As a young actor, like as an actor in general, like we just happy to get a role. You know what I'm saying? We just happy to be on
Right.
there in
Yeah.
the first place. So we did the first episode, um, and then I didn't hear anything for like a year and a half.
Wow.
Um, I was in middle school at the time. Like I was just in school. Like I was a regular kid. Like I was just doing regular kid stuff. So then I remember I was still doing auditions in between time, and eventually the Shy came back across, and it was called the
Mhm.
Untitled Lena Waithe Project. And then it was like I had auditioned for Kevin. They had wanted me to audition for Kevin. I'm like, why would I audition for Kevin if I already just got Papa? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, nah, like they had made a mistake. They want you to audition for Papa again. I remember I walked into the
Mhm.
audition and it was all the kids. It was all the kids who were all the old kids, um, all the old characters. And I remember I felt like that was my worst audition. I felt like that was one of my worst auditions. But it was really just an audition to see if I still had it. It was just me and the casting
Right.
director. And I did the one audition. Next thing you know, they're like, "Yeah, Shamon got the part again." Um, and I remember walking in to like it was almost like a chemistry read with the other kids, and I walked in, I didn't know anybody, and it's all the kids that you
Right.
see, in the first season and everything like that. I'm looking around, I'm like, please let me see one person. I ain't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? We had
Man.
Alex Hibbert off of Moonlight. I was 12. I ain't watching no
Mhm.
Moonlight. Like I'm like, so it's just like I remember like it was that day was like really us like building a bond and everything, and we had got to know each other for at least like a week or so before the big table read. And I was a big Jacob Lattimore
Mhm.
fan. I saw Jacob Lattimore in the big table read, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But like literally from there the rest was history. I remember like my agent saying like, to my mom, like, hey, don't get him excited, like he might be in like 2 or 3 episodes. I wound up being at 9 out of 10 in the first season, and then
Mhm.
in season 2 when we came back I ended up being upgraded to a series regular. Um,
Right.
and shoot, honestly, the
Yeah.
rest is history. Here we are. It's
Right.
crazy. People have seen
Yeah.
me. Like, I started when I was, kind of 10, 12 on the show. Now I'm 20. I just turned 21. So it's
Hey, happy
like,
birthday, man.
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's just like, it's
It's
cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy to watch. I know we've all watched shows growing up where we watch, the child actors grow up
Yeah,
with us,
yeah,
and we feel like we relate to them, all the issues that they go through
mhm,
on the show. We can relate in some shape, form, or fashion. And with you as Papa,
yeah,
then Jake and Kevin, you guys are navigating life as kids in a city full of violence and a
yeah,
lot of tumultuous things, and trying to navigate life and understand what it's like to be a kid in
mm,
Chicago. Um, I feel like the three of you guys, first of all, you have amazing chemistry together, but second,
yeah,
you are able to illustrate that perfectly, and that's also kudos to the writers who
yeah,
allowed you guys to have that much dialogue and to be able to talk things through. And of course, that grew as the seasons went on.
yeah,
Um, but just the simple fact of being able to see you guys grow as child actors and then come into your own as young adults,
yeah,
uh, and face a whole new set of issues and a whole new set of things that you have to navigate through, not necessarily as together as a unit anymore, but now individually.
hmm,
And so we dig deeper into each one of your lives, and it's amazing to see. I will say, for you as Papa,
yeah,
you're you're one of the characters that is the the positive light, the glue to the show. You always bring things around full circle. There's a lot of introspective with Papa's pulpit.
yeah,
You're also telling Kevin and Jake what they should and shouldn't do. But not only that, like there was a lot of hilarious moments that you were given throughout
yeah,
each season too. So I've always enjoyed watching you as Papa, but also Alex as Kevin
yeah,
and Michael as Jake.
yeah.
You guys have been amazing. What has that been like? Working with the same crew for so long.
Yeah, it's been dope. It's crazy, each year, with a lot of shows, especially black shows, we never know if we gonna get picked up or not, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like I said, I
Yeah.
was just happy to be in one episode, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that to be like I was here for the whole, beginning of it,
Mhm.
um, like it's crazy just to see everybody grow, like see people around us like have birthdays and have certain
Right.
people like actors have kids, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy like the chemistry that we built, because a lot of that was really like because of our moms. Honestly, like all of our moms were super adamant about us spending time together. I mean, we're kids, and they want us to have that balance. And who better to have
Mhm.
that balance than with the other kids you spend in 6 months every year at least with? So it's like
Yeah.
we go karting, you know what I'm saying? We go playing paintball, we go out to eat, we having sleepovers like you would have thought. Like that's why when we come on set and we do what we do, it's like we already can do what we do, like know our
Yeah.
lines and
Yeah. It's
everything like that
natural.
and perform. But it's like when it's
Hmm.
time to like really build that connection or like hug each other, it's not awkward, especially as kids. Like kids, boys,
Right.
we young boys, we kind of have like this like little semi tough exterior at times. So
Yeah.
it's just like to be able to loosen up, like, man, I was just at this kid house like last week, and like now we got a scene together, and everything like that is crazy. Like I'm so proud of all of us.
Hmm.
Each season we continuously grow. We get to do our thing. Um, so just to see that, it's an honor, it's a blessing. Each year we be like, we don't know if we're gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Um, so to be at this point now, where we still have that sometimes, because you never know. You never know what's gonna happen with a show. Um,
Right.
but it's like for us to come back and just catch up, almost like summer break. It's almost like summer break after school. It's like, so what you do over the summer? Like, what have you done in
Yeah.
between filming? And a lot of us, we do contact and keep in contact with each other in between seasons and everything like that. But it's amazing, man. Like it's a blessing. That's all I can say. It's a blessing and an honor.
Yeah. Now it's also a good thing that being that you're the series has been running for so long,
Hmm.
uh, and everybody's comfortable with everybody. It's a real tight unit on the show.
Hmm.
Uh, when you guys do get your lines and you go through rehearsal and all of that, I can imagine that it's not as difficult anymore
Hmm.
to be able to get right into your role, get right
Yeah.
into your lines, and remember everything. It's pretty much muscle memory at this point.
Yeah.
Uh, and then not only that, as far as getting into character, it's natural because you guys have been doing it for so long. These are characters that
Yeah.
they're no longer fictional characters. They're a part of you,
Yeah.
really, essentially. Um, so like, I guess what my question would be is just growing up in that space,
Mm.
uh, it actually allows you an advantage, I think, to where when you get other roles and you continue on in your career path,
Yeah.
you will you will definitely be a lot stronger as an actor
Yeah.
because you'll have that muscle and that skill set that some actors probably still struggle with.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Mhm,
definitely, I think that comes with time. I think it just overall came with time. Like, I'm stronger
mhm,
than I was season one, more
mhm,
comfortable than I was season one. We are always working with each other. I think that the writers and Lena and everybody have a great way of throwing us new challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
mhm.
didn't really get to cry until, the scene with my dad and that whole, the
Right,
funeral eulogy. I didn't get to cry until season six. Before then,
right.
Papa is just like kikiing and everything. Like, but now you get to see, I feel like, more flaws, and I think that fans are getting to see that, and it's like It's always so interesting to see how they react to it because I feel like a lot of the times we were so used to Papa being semi so perfect
Mhm,
that a lot of people got uncomfortable with him having his flaws. Um, like calling out Jake at the pep rally. It's like, why would he do that? It's like, cause he's human. Like, he young and he
right.
human. Why
Mhm,
would he cut Kenya off after his dad died? Because he's young and he's human. He's still learning. So
mhm,
being able, like, not even for my character, but for other people's characters too, just to even grow with their characters. You know what I'm saying? To see how other people go through their situations and how my character has to adapt to being around them. Like, how would I
mhm,
react if my friend's sister got kidnapped? You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
How would I
mhm.
react if my friend's brother got shot? You know what I'm saying? Or if my
Right.
friend's sister comes back in town that I'm taking in, like different things like that. But it's all like amazing with the writers. Like, we have an acting coach, Bezai, who's with all of us every time we get a new episode, talks us through certain scenes. We have amazing directors and writers that are constantly with us, supporting us through everything. Just knowing that we're
Mhm.
we're never alone, because a lot of these scenes, they do be hard. It's certain scenes that, like, mentally we have to
Oh, yeah.
get in a certain type of mindset. Like, I remember, like, through that whole season six, like, I had to get in a whole. I'm usually a super happy person. I remember I had to get in
Mhm.
like a whole depressive mindset. Like, I'm filming with my onset dad, and I love him in real life, but to like get into it with him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, and then know or try to like block out in the back of my head, like, I know what's gonna happen, I know what's coming up, but like try to be as present as possible. I think that's a thing I had to like really work on, was just being present as possible, even when knowing what's coming up, and then preparing
Right.
myself for what's coming up at the same time.
Right.
Um, so that I can shine and even not create a toxic environment on set as well. Like, I'm not gonna give that bad energy or bad mojo on set just because I'm
Mhm,
trying to do a method acting or anything like that. That's just not who I am. That's
mhm,
not who we are on the Shy. That's not our set. Um, but
mhm.
definitely the Shy and everything and being on there for all these years has definitely helped me get to be the actor that I am today and who I will continue to grow to be, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, within your circle, your friend circle, family circle, and even, you walking up and down the street, and fans seeing you, do you get a lot of feedback on who you are as a character as Papa on the show? Do you get a lot of do your friends and family tell you like, oh, you should do this, or like, or do they kind of just leave you to it and allow you to, you know, fall in line with who Papa is, and they just respect it?
I think people have always just respected, like, just kind of let it be. Like,
Hmm.
people around me, like family and friends, like they just kind of like, a lot of them don't watch it because they know me in real life. So when they see it, they kind of
Okay.
like, Shema would never do this. Shema would never do that. So it's like when it comes on camera, it's like it's more so them talk about like the writing and like what my character has to do. Like they're super good at separating Shimon from Papa.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so really, it's just funny because it's like a lot of them don't watch it, but they get to see like the reactions of other people. Like I'll go out to eat or I'm walking down the street and I'll see like a fan come up and they say something. They like, I be forgetting that you really are on the show, like or stuff like that, because I'm so me,
Yeah.
like I'm just super shaman, like that.
Right. Right.
Whenever it's like, oh dang, I am on the show, or dang, I do this, it's kind of like a surprise to them because I don't even move with that kind of like a I'm this, like I'm up here, so
Hmm.
it's cool.
Hmm.
It's funny though. It's cool.
That's dope, and that's dope, and it's good to hear that
Yeah,
perspective, especially even as a child actor, um, because it's also one of the things that you go through off camera, away from set, is what life is like as a celebrity and
yeah,
as someone on TV, and how people approach you or how they view you as a person outside of who you are as a character on TV.
mm,
Um, and one thing that I do like about uh, you as Papa on the Shy, but everybody else as well, is that the writers provide a lot of vulnerable moments, a lot of introspective and relatable issues or
mm,
relatable topic,
yeah,
and it allows for every character to have their own storyline,
yeah,
especially now within these later seasons,
mm,
and it's really good to watch and to see everybody grow. One thing that I do like is the men's circle, the
yeah,
like accountability. I wish that they would allow for you guys to do a young adult version of that, because on the
yeah,
show I feel like a lot of the young adult issues is because you guys aren't talking things through and getting
yeah,
out your emotions, being able to share that. But that's a part of growing up in
yeah.
life. But it is great to see from the show.
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
um, Now let's talk a little bit about you on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
You you did both Mutant Mayhem, and you also did the is it the TV series?
yeah.
TV series, and so you do a lot of voice acting as well.
Mm.
How did that come about?
Um, well, when I had got with my agents, like, I have like talks with my agents a lot. Um,
Hmm.
Especially when I get older, because I've always been so shy. I used to be so shy. I'm like, Ma, can you tell them this? Can you tell them that? But then when I started talking, because I've always known how to express myself, I just be shy sometimes. But one of
Hmm.
the conversations I had with them was like what I wanted to do in the future and different roles that I wanted to get into, or like what to be on the lookout for. Is I said I wouldn't mind playing a cartoon, but I said it very passively. I said it very passively. I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'm like, I would love to do a little cartoon or something. Um, and then I remember filming season 4 in 2021, and
Hmm.
literally around Easter, like the first audition came, and it was like shot like this, it was like a self tape. Usually with
Okay.
cartoons and stuff, it's just the voice. It's just the voice. But this one, they
Hmm.
had me like really doing stuff. So I remember doing like one of the scenes, and it was like you have to be sneaky or something. I'm like I'm throwing my hood up in the interview and everything in the audition. And I
Uh-huh.
remember I'm very let go and let God with all of my auditions.
Hmm.
Like I record it, I send it out, and I delete it. Like I deleted out my computer, phone, whatever it is. Like it's gone. Once it's sent out, it's gone. You know.
Right. Hmm.
And next thing you know, they were like, "Yeah, Shaman, like they need you to do a callback. Like, want you to do another audition." And I'm like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "What did I do?" Because, like I said, I'm so let go and let God with everything. Like, I just let it go. And then I remember they sent me what I did, and I watched. I'm like, "Oh." So I did the second audition. Then next thing you know, I remember I did a chemistry read with the
Hmm.
other boys. I remember we were on a Zoom, and it was like 12 boys in there. One of the boys, Brady Noon, had already got cast as Raphael. and the rest of the boys were for the other turtles: Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. Now it was only one other boy auditioning for Michelangelo. The
Hmm.
rest, like if it was like three or four of the boys, it was for Leonardo and Donatello. So I
Okay.
remember everybody's so hyped. Everybody's super hyped. You got kids wearing the colored turtle on the shirt. You got kids with like
Right.
Ninja Turtle stuff in the background, like really trying to show them like how much they want to be in a fan. But I'm so
Uh-huh.
chill and professional. I'm like, it's not about that. It's about if you could do the role. You know what I'm saying?
There you,
I wore a
there you go.
regular chill outfit, and I remember the casting director kind of like calmed everybody down. Like I remember he was like, who here is a fan? Everybody like, oh my god, yes! Like I just watched the Turtles last night. I grew up watching this, and my parents love this. Like they talking about all this Ninja Turtle stuff, and
Hmm.
I'm silent, I'm chill, cause. And then the guy was like, that's dope, that's dope. Well, only one person is gonna get chose. Um,
Hmm.
if we have any other roles for you, we'll spin it back for you. Like if it's something in a movie we feel like your voice would be dope for, like we'll let you know. And it just got
Hmm.
super mellow and quiet. Like all the kids kind of like their energy, their excitement just kind of got drained a little bit. But for me,
Yeah.
it's like I'm used to the competition. I'm used to whatever
You were
this
locked
is.
in.
And I remember
Yeah.
they like we're gonna split you guys into four groups. And I remember I was in three out of the four groups. Like they're naming everybody like Shaman Group One, Shaman Group Two, and Shaman Group Four. I'm like, I'm in three out of four groups. And then I remember it was like a waiting room. It felt like I remember in the one I wasn't in, it felt like the longest like 20 minutes ever. And then I remember like when I got in there, like it was like Seth Rogen and Jeff Rowe, the director, and a couple
Wow.
other people, like the writers and producers and everything like that. And we had like one scene we had to do, one or two actually. We had two scenes we had to do. After that, it was done. My agent's like, "So, Shaman, how did it go?" I'm like, I think it will. Well, I was in three out of the four groups. Now I'm like, at this point, if I don't get picked, they strung me along. I'm like, not only did you have me do a second audition, you got me in the chemistry read, and you got me in
Mhm.
three out of the four groups.
Right.
And
But
then
that
I
should have
remember
told you something right there.
it was so crazy. And then I remember at this time I'm still doing in the middle of season four, and literally
Right.
the last day of me shooting season four, that night I had got an email and a call from my agent saying like, "Hey, we want Shaman to like do an in studio session, with the rest of the turtles." Now, mind you, this isn't me black and white saying that Shaman has the role. I literally did voiceover sessions that whole year, and it wasn't until like November at the end of the year where they were like, "Here's your official contract. Like you're officially the Ninja Turtle." I'm like, I've been doing things because the rest of the boys they were super hyped. They were like, "Yeah, like I'm hearing this from my agent, that from my agent." I'm like, I'm not like settling down until I sign something and I'm in black and white. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Yeah.
literally, I remember we shot all of that, and then a week before the movie dropped, and we announced it in 2023 March at the Kids Choice
Hmm.
Awards. I got slimed,
Right.
and
I'm
then
sure that was.
literally like we kept it a secret for so long. Like I had shot season four, season five, and we're starting at the top of season six. At the time
Mhm.
of me announcing it, and I remember when I announced it, all my castmates, like everybody on the shot, and all my friends was like, "Shema, you a Ninja Turtle?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was like, "You ain't say nothing to nobody." I'm like, "Nah." He was like, Did they make you sign an NDA?" I'm like, "No, they just told us to be quiet." Literally, we didn't sign an NDA. They just like it was people like they said Michael B. Jordan was gonna be in it and Tom Holland. They wasn't,
Wow.
but and I was just like, I remember a week before the movie dropped, we got picked up for the sequel and a two-season miniseries on Paramount Plus. We dropped the
Right.
movie in August in theaters of 2023. And shoot, the rest is history, man. Got to meet Ice Cube
Yeah.
and work with like Jack
Yeah.
and Io Debris, like a bunch of crazy folks. And it's dope.
So when you did the audio, the voice recording, you were actually in the same studio as Ice Cube and Io and Jackie Chan and all of them?
I wasn't in the same studio. We did actually. I lied. We did get in the studio with Ice Cube one time. Like his first session, we were in there with him. And then it's always because it's always the thing about schedules and stuff. Like these are busy
Right.
people. Io
Right.
was one of the people we were in the studio with a lot.
Mhm.
Jackie Chan, he films out of country and everything, so the time zone is like a 12-hour time zone difference. So we couldn't work with
Mhm.
him like that. But a lot of the other people like Rose Byrne, Maya Rudolph, and a lot of other
Yeah.
folks, Seth, of course, like we worked with heavily.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's dope. I'm only asking because a lot of other voice actors that I've spoken to, they'll just go into a random studio.
Yeah,
Maybe they might not live in LA or whatever the case may be, and they'll do all of their recordings based off of what their lines that they're given,
yeah,
um, and then it gets attached to um, the animated sequence or whatever.
yeah.
My question to you was going to be, do you in that process, did you record all of your vocals, or were you able to see any of the animation as you were voicing it, or is more so just doing the reads, they record it and then they do the animation alongside your vocals?
Yeah, so for this one, our recording process was different than most animated things because one, it was a thing we were all four boys were in the booth for the movie every
Mhm.
session. Minus like the end where we were just doing like little pickup stuff that we had to clean up. But for like majority of the movie, like all like maybe 99% of the movie we were together. Um
Got it.
and that's why when you hear stuff in the movie like overlap lines and stuff, that's because we're really looking at each other as we're saying certain things, and we could get different directions. And this was the first time
Wow.
that actual teenagers have voiced the Ninja Turtles, so it was like a big
Right.
deal for us to be together and pull things. And we were improvising a lot of it, because it's like they wanted actual things that teenagers said instead of like how the previous verses was kind of like what would be cool, what do cool teenagers say at this time or that time. Like even in the more of the 2000s versions, like it was grown adults. Like it's folks in they
Yeah.
like late 20s, like in 30s and 40s, trying to be
Right.
teenagers. You know what I'm saying? But we did get to see like sketches. Like we first saw sketches, so we kind of got to have an idea of like how we wanted our characters to go and sound. Um,
Right.
we would like record so much, and then the animators overseas and in the states, like it was a bunch of different animators on the movie, and we would
Mhm.
see like what they have like rough drafts of like sketched out kind of scenes, like stop motion looking kind of scenes. um
Mhm.
we did see a lot of some of the finished product. We got to see scenes that weren't even in the movie. You know what I'm saying? um
Okay.
it was a lot, but we did get to see a lot of what we got to, saying record over, especially like when it came down to the villains and stuff. Like when it's times we have to make a remark on how, one of the mutants looked. It's like, oh, why is his wings like that? Like why does he look like that? Or like why does he sound like that? It's like different things, like that that were important and super critical in how the movie came out. So yeah.
Mhm. Now, is voice acting something that you would want to continue to pursue? Are you looking to do any more cartoons or animated films? Is that a lane you want to take on?
Yeah, it's stuff not only that the turtles like we have a lot coming up. I can't announce it yet because it's not announced yet, but it's a
Okay.
lot. Let's just all I can say is I'm gonna be a turtle for a little minute. I'm gonna be a turtle for a little minute, but
That's dope.
definitely,
That's dope.
definitely other projects for sure. I wouldn't mind doing anything. Like it's more movies, it's more projects. Like I would love. I'm super into Marvel and superheroes and stuff like that. So maybe doing something in that realm. uh
Absolutely.
Definitely still doing like live action acting and stuff, but like people didn't know like live like doing voiceover work is like it's a whole nother bag, and it's a whole nother like grind. Like it's separate
Absolutely.
from how
Yeah.
live action is. Like we already have you having to grow yourself as an actor, you know just being in front of the camera face to face. But then
Right.
it's like when I step into the voiceover work, it's like you got people that have been doing this for 30 years, for 40 years. So it's
Mhm.
like you're growing into almost like a separate type of actor. Like it's almost like if I was doing music, it's like I'm growing into a different field. Like it's not
Right.
even all, it's all entertainment, but it's not the same, you
Yeah.
know, thing. So I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I rock with it. I'm definitely gonna do some more voiceover work and stuff too.
Yeah, I will say I get a lot of actors who aren't in voice recording or
Yeah.
voice acting. I get a lot of actors who ask, what's the best way to go about doing that or getting into it? And
Mhm.
I don't always quite have the answer, and I don't expect you to, but
Yeah.
if there's any tidbit or advice or anything that you could share that might help the fellow actor who might want to get into voice acting and maybe not necessarily
Yeah.
want to be in front of the camera, they only want to do voice acting, you know?
Um, I say first things first is agencies and good representation first and
Hmm.
foremost. Um, when you do voice acting, I say always put your all into it as if you would do a regular audition.
Hmm.
Um, because it shows, you can hear it. Like it's certain scenes or certain takes I've heard back where it's kind of like I could tell I really wasn't in it or I wasn't really feeling this scene or this moment.
Right.
Um, so it's that it's like you have to really want it. You know what I'm saying? Speak up.
Hmm.
Um, it's certain things like it's different projects that I would love to do animated wise. Like I would love to be in the this revamp of Proud Family. If
Oh
they do
yeah.
a season 4, like I know they just did their season 3. Like I would love to do that, for the culture and stuff like that.
Right.
That a Pilot Pratt that's on our show now. Um,
Right.
I think that'd be dope. But it's honestly, it's just you have to want it. With everything, you have to want it. You have to do your research. You have to be passionate about it. I'm
Mhm.
not saying you have to over here make Bart Simpson voices and sound like certain things, but also do that. Like you have to when you have to know who you're performing for, and a lot of times animation is more geared towards kids. Of course, there's adult
Mhm.
animation and everything like that, but a lot of it is geared towards kids. So it's like, imagine if you're doing like a certain type of voice for your niece or your nephew, you know what I'm saying, or a younger brother or sister, or just a random kid on the street, and you just like it's kids like I remember going to the theater and I'm seeing kids like really react to like my voice and the jokes that I said, and it's the tone of voice or it's how I said it that made what I'm saying made them laugh or
Mhm.
made them smile. So it's
Wow.
like it's even certain moments like serious moments I had to have like it's things in the movie that we're working on a sequel right now where it's like I've had to have pull like kind of like my acting back from the shy and pull like a serious moment because we have cameras on us all the time when we record that a lot of people don't know, but yeah, we have cameras on us. um,
It's like to track your
yeah,
facial expression.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it helps with the animators. Like, if I have my hands up in the air, like, and that's not an action, like they could
Right.
kind of tell. You could kind of hear if you really pay attention. Like, oh, he moved, but like, how did he move? And like,
Right.
he
Yeah.
stepped back, or oh, he put his hands in the air, or he did this dance. Um, so it's just like advice is really good representation. You have to really want it, and really just be consistent with it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's gonna come. Just be patient.
Yeah. And then also as a young actor, a young adult actor,
Yeah.
but being that you've been in both spaces and you currently as a young adult,
Hmm.
but do you have any advice there for actors as it pertains to how they should approach if they're if they're in that space as well, young actor
Yeah.
or young actor, how they should approach either their auditions or their self tapes, and talk about how to get over hearing a no opposed to hearing a yes, because you also have to get used to not always landing the role, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kind of the same thing. Like good representation is key.
Hmm.
Having good people around you, having a great support system. Also, having a great support system within yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is a tricky industry. It's not the
Hmm.
most forgiving or the nicest. Um,
Right.
even being on set, it's still every. We're gonna have moments where you're not satisfied. You're gonna have things you don't like, and whether you continue to go through it or you choose to stop it is completely up to you. Um, it's definitely been moments on the shot where I've just been like, and this scene, I don't really know how it's gonna play out, and whether the scene stays in or gets cut or gets edited. Like I've had a few moments this season where it was certain scenes I didn't like, whether
Hmm.
it was how it was shot or how it was staged. Like it's little things. It could be a great
Right.
scene, but if it's not staged right, it's not gonna feel right.
Right.
If the directing isn't right, it's not gonna feel right. You know what I'm saying? Or down to the writing, it's not gonna feel right. Um, but it's definitely things for actors. It's kind of like you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have
Hmm.
faith in yourself and the people around you. Um, find your outlet, you know, a positive outlet, whether it's talking to somebody, therapy, doing things that you like. Definitely don't put yourself all into it. And that's an amazing thing. Like my mom, um, really made sure that I had throughout my whole acting career is making sure I had a balance between being a kid and being an actor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I've been around kids in audition rooms where it's like their parent is super like, "Oh, my kid's cute,"
Yeah.
and like they
Yeah.
put this immense pressure on them. I was in
Mhm.
audition rooms sipping Capri Suns playing a DS. Like I was chilling. Like literally, I remember like when in person auditions were super a thing. Like I remember after every audition, like me and my mom would go get like a dessert. Like we would go get ice cream or like go
Mhm.
like get a cupcake or something.
Yeah,
Just
something
because it's like it doesn't
enjoyable.
matter if I get it or if I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
like enjoying the process. It's like I'm proud of you. Um,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
even if you don't have that, you know, it's people that are older. You know what I'm saying? That are just starting to act or getting into it and everything like that. Um,
Mhm.
you have to have that support. Like I said, you have to have that support system within yourself.
Mhm.
Um, have great representation. Um, don't follow the crowd. Be a leader. Don't be a follower. Listen. Have a great moral compass. Please have a great moral compass. Just because
Mhm.
something looks good and it sounds good does not mean it's always good. Um, I've turned down a
Yeah.
bunch of auditions. It's projects I've auditioned for and got callbacks for that it just didn't work out.
Mhm.
Don't get discouraged. Sometimes
Right.
that project is not the right one for you. You know, like I've auditioned. Like I said, I've auditioned for stuff. I ain't gonna say the names of it that people were interested in me in, and then when it came out, I'll just say that it wasn't what it read on paper to be for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel
Yeah.
like you know everything happens for a reason. Um,
Yeah.
and don't rush God's timing, and
Mhm.
everything will work out. Just
Yeah. Man,
continue,
listen.
yeah.
Listen, man, you preaching just like Papa on
Cause it's
Papa's
so
pulpit.
much. It's so much to say. Like it's like any actor and anybody that's successful knows it's so much you can say. I feel like in any aspect. So it's hard to just be
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, I wish I could tell you this, but I don't want to say that." But I'm gonna tell you the good part and the advice that I can give you. So
No, but that's great, and, outside of you acting, it sounds like, you're a great individual, great
thank you,
human
man.
being. Good head on your shoulders. You know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
You sound, really well versed in your space,
Yeah,
and I know a lot of that comes from just starting off young
yeah,
and uh, growing into it. Um, Now, this we're coming to the end of season 7. We have
yeah,
one episode, and I know it ends really good and on a cliffhanger. I know you
yeah.
can't divulge anything, but outside of that, you guys have already been renewed for season 8.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on
Thank
that,
you, thank
and
you,
that's
thank you.
amazing. And hopefully, I don't know if the season 8 is going to be the final season,
Hmm.
if we're going to get season 9 or season 10, but you guys have had an incredible run
Yeah,
already thus far. You're making history, and you're cementing yourself as one of those shows that we'll all remember,
yeah,
over time. Um, for one, that's a huge accomplishment for all of you guys, everybody that's a part of the Shy,
yeah,
both from the beginning and also now. And then, yeah, just not only that, I know you have many, your career is still blossoming,
yeah,
and it's still, you're still on the trajectory to become, uh, you know, whatever it is that you see, wherever you see yourself as an actor.
yeah,
Um, and that's part of the reason why I put you on, the 30 or the 42 actors that, you should know
yeah.
list.
I appreciate
um,
that.
yeah, man. I try to pay attention, but not only that, I try to give, there's a lot of actors in this
Yeah,
space, but I try to give some of the up and coming a chance, some
yeah,
spotlight, and allow people to discover who you guys are. And
yeah,
not everybody watches The Shy, not
yeah,
everybody watches a lot of the other shows that some of the other actors are on. And so I just wanted to give you guys a lane in the space to say, hey, we're up next. You
Yeah,
know, we're coming.
yeah.
But how does it feel overall, I guess, knowing that you are, you're an accomplished actor,
Hmm.
um, you're still growing in this space,
Hmm.
and you have plenty more to go.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all hope that we're successful, and whether it's now or later, like you got folks like Samuel Jackson, who they say like he didn't get his first big role till he was like 40. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so it's just to be young, young, gifted, and black, as they say. It's a
Mhm.
blessing. Like seeing stuff like what you post. It's amazing because a lot of us actors, like especially black actors, whether young or older, we know each other or we know of each other. Um,
Right.
like all the boys on that list, like if we don't already follow each other, we at least know of each other.
Right.
That's like to
Right.
see like me, Mikey, Alex, Ahmad, and Cortez, Jacob, like different folks, like, and even people that like um that aren't on the show, like Thaddeus Mixon, or Papa J, as people call him in his music world,
Yeah.
who play Young Creed and everything, and is in Reasonable Doubt. Like, like I call him like that's like my brother. So it's just like a lot of us
Okay.
on that list, we know each other. So it's like crazy to like know, like not even know where it was gonna go or our careers are gonna go, but to just see that and sit back. It's like little things like that that people don't know. Like it means a lot to us at heart. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? That for me, like that
Right.
is my things like that are my nomination. That is my award. Like just a
Yeah.
recognition, and it's like to know that this is only the beginning. Like it's so much I got coming up that I can't even tell
I
people.
know.
It's people I come across all the time, amazing directors, producers,
Mhm.
writers, and peers that like it's just a matter of time for us to work with each other. Um,
Yeah.
and things that are already slowly in motion that I can't really give away yet. But
It's good.
and just know that this is not it. This is definitely not it for a lot of us on the shy working together. Um, it's we have the rest of our lives and our careers to, as long as
Yeah.
we keep our heads up, um, we keep supporting each other, we keep showing up for each other. It's a blessing. I can't wait to see where everybody goes.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. And I thoroughly enjoyed this interview. You've
Thank you.
definitely said a lot. You've dropped a lot of gems. Like I said, you're a real easygoing guy, really really easy to talk to.
Thank you, man.
Uh, you know,
Likewise.
you also have a wealth of knowledge. Um, and I'm rooting for you. Everybody at the Black Script is rooting for you,
Thank you.
and as well as everybody else in the cast as well.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to see what you have, in your very near future, and then
Yeah.
also in your, the future ahead.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, thank you so much, Shamon, for joining, giving us a piece of your journey, some knowledge and insight,
Yeah.
and just being really cool and down to earth, man. I truly
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all so much. This has been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is Shamon Brown Jr., everybody.
Thank y'all. Appreciate
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, don't hang up just yet.
it.